Good morning all. Yesterday we started overview, right? DevSecOps multi-cloud as well as AI Infra Specialist. So overview we're discussing. So first let us try to recap yesterday's session. Then we'll continue today's topics. So first let us see. So here we observed our course delivery process. We classified into three sections, right? Multi-cloud, Azure and AWS. After that DevSecOps with AI and AI Infra Specialist. Right? These three areas we discussed. And after that we discussed course delivery process, like timings, all these things here we discussed. So first you are going to attend training, after that practice sessions and user stories, right? Or you can say assignments. Once it is done, mock interviews. So each topic, every 2 weeks we are going to conduct these mock interviews, right? Every 2 weeks, it means every topic you can say. And also one-to-one session will be there. So here you can book our one-to-one sessions as well. So these are all sessions we discussed. Okay. And also we discussed about roadmap for different areas like freshers, gap, as well as experienced persons. Right. So we are maintaining database, each and every person database we are maintaining, and based on that we'll try to set up personal roadmap also. And also we discussed about like subscriptions, cloud subscriptions. For practice we are going to use Azure, AWS, Google accounts, and also communication purpose we are going to use WhatsApp groups. Right. And also yesterday we started discussing about different types of applications first. So these are all different applications we discussed. Desktop applications, right? So we observed entire life cycle, right? Developer to end user. Here you can see that. So after that we discussed web applications and mobile applications. Now as a cloud engineer, as a DevSecOps engineer, what is our responsibility? Our entire course we are going to observe that along with AI as well as security strategies. So these are all things yesterday we discussed. And also we discussed real-time use cases also. So this is one of the application, WhatsApp. They would like to release new features. Okay. So instead of releasing 100% at once, so they would like to release one by one, right? So initially they would like to release 10% of traffic, and they will try to get feedback, and once it is corrected, then they will try to release other scenarios. Okay. And also we discussed about other model, like this is one of the company. They prepared two products, two versions you can say, but business owner, he would like to understand customer preferences or customer priorities, right? So these are all strategies how you are going to set up. So with as a DevSecOps engineer, as a cloud engineer, so we'll try to observe that. Okay. And also we discussed simple use case as well. Okay, simple use case also we discussed. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, yeah, sure. Now so here we discussed about one of the application, simple application we discussed. So how you are going to deliver this application? Amazon application we referred, Amazon, right? So here we referred Amazon application. Developer to end user, right? So here we observed one of the product, sample product we observed. So one of the sample product, right? So here Amazon, they are selling 72,000, and similar way Flipkart also selling 72,000, right? So whatever features you are seeing, right, whatever features you are seeing, these are all things will be developed by initially developers. After multiple stages or users, they are going to access these applications, right? They are going to access these features, right? Now initially they started selling 72,000. Now due to the business competition, they would like to drop down this price. Amazon, this price, just see here, this object you can say. Okay, so for that, whatever changes our developers did, so we need to replicate with our end users, right? Suppose if you are following traditional best practices, so it may take time. And also we discussed about there is a big sale going on this specific scenario, right? There is a big sale is going on with a specific scenario. Okay, so in that use case we need three parameters we discussed. Here we identified three parameters. So one is velocity, other one is quality, and third parameter we discussed about security as well. Okay, so these three parameters we need to achieve. So whatever product you are going to release, it should be delivered within the timelines, because big sale is limited to only 7 days, right? 7 days we discussed. Big sale is limited to only 7 days, right? And it should be delivered within the timeline. And also quality. So whatever changes you did as a developer, right, it should be appeared here. But whenever users are trying to access these features, new features, they should not get any errors, right? So we need quality also, second parameter. And third parameter you can see is security. Okay, so whoever uses, they're going to purchase this product, they should not hack our product. Also we discussed about different roles as well. If you observe this application, different roles are there, right? Customers, sellers, IT team, as well as delivery boys, different teams are there. So how to secure, how to provide right permission to right person at the same time. So this entire life cycle, software development life cycle, how to secure this entire life cycle. So these are all things we are going to observe. Once we understand basic scenarios, then later we'll try to observe. Nowadays we are seeing so many AI related solutions are coming, right? So as a cloud engineer, as a DevSecOps engineer, how you are going to relate these scenarios? Example, so just see here, this is the product Amazon. So whenever you're trying to open this Amazon, they're giving some recommendations, right? These are recommended products, right? So forget about developing logic. So how to set up solution, let us discuss that. Okay, how to set up solutions, let us discuss. Okay, how they are integrating, right? So these are all things we are going to observe that. Okay, now so further there are separate classes are there, we'll try to observe these scenarios. Okay, now so yesterday we discussed all these points, right? Now before moving to the class, if you have any questions, first let us discuss, first let us address any questions please. Any other questions please? Okay, now let us see next steps. Yesterday we observed these scenarios, right? Basic scenarios we observed. Now let us observe other scenarios, like so let me show you this. Okay, so yesterday we started discussing about multi-party computing. One word we used, multi-party computing. Let us see the structure also. Example, let us take this reference. So this is a product. If you observe this product, right, let us start from first stage. First stage, okay, collecting raw materials for this product, so managed by one company. And also next one, manufacturing, right, some other company manufacturing, let us imagine. And also let us see, so we are trying to import these devices or objects from some other country. They are trying to ship this product through shippers, central warehouse like some Gujarat or Mumbai. From there they are trying to distribute these products across the country, just imagine. These are all different companies, just imagine, right? So first let us try to focus how to set up one of the organization cloud architecture. So once you understand the structure, then we'll see how to enable multi-cloud. Before going to multi-cloud, first let us focus multi-organization. As an organization, we need to communicate with multiple parties. Here you can say multi-parties means multiple organizations, you can say. In terms of data security, right, how you are going to follow best practices. These are all things will be covered our multi-cloud scenarios. Azure as well as AWS, we are going to observe that. Okay, and also next let us see. So next let us see, now we are seeing like a AI related solutions, right? AI and machine learning in DevOps. As a DevOps engineer or DevSecOps engineer, how you are going to utilize these services. Before focusing the scenarios, so first we'll try to explore our cloud-based services. Azure, they are offering OpenAI, Azure OpenAI or Foundry, you can say. Azure Foundry, So we'll try to explore these services. Okay, so let me open this so that open AI. Just give me minutes. OpenAI, Azure OpenAI. Okay, so just see. So we can start using our own services, our public service also. Just see here, if you're trying to use some services, like example, I would like to use ChatGPT, right, or some Gemini, right, DeepSeek. These are all things you can see that, right? So these are all things you can start using that. But the problem is, so organizations. So whenever you are working with some organization, just imagine these are one of the organization. So here we need to set up some customer service, right? Customer service. If you observe this organization here, around some 5,000 employees are there. So before AI integration, always they need to send these employees, they need to send mail or ticket or something, a request, right, or phone call, right? They would like to reach teams, HR team or some other team, let us imagine, right? Instead of that, they would like to use chatbot, right? But the thing is, here we need to maintain security. So whatever organization data is there, if you observe LIC, just try to open LIC or something, okay, LIC or any other organization, okay. So just see here, you can see these are all bots, you can see. Okay, so here we need to maintain security. So whatever data is there, whatever data you are going to reveal with your end users, right? So we need to maintain some data source, okay, and also we are going to use some LLM models, okay. Now, so here we are going to observe, as a cloud engineer, as a DevOps engineer or DevSecOps engineer, what is our role? Because these are all regular operations now. Now we are in agentic world, right? First, let us start with basic scenarios first. How to set up with basic solutions. So once you understand the scenarios, right, then we'll go to agentic. Okay, as of now, just ignore this. Just we are going to we are discussing about roadmap only till now, right? Agentic, right? Because these are all things comes under our DevSecOps as well as cloud engineer also, right? We'll try to focus those areas also, right? So for all these things, just see, you can start using your cloud services. Here they already provided ready-made solutions. To see if you are trying to set up some bot services or computer vision, right, video to image, image to video, right, content safety, document, suppose if you are trying to classify some documents, health inside, so many services are there. But as a cloud engineer, how you are going to set up this? Just see, whenever you are trying to set up any solution, so we need to maintain security, auditing, as well as feedback mechanism, right? These are all things we need to follow that, right? How to set up all these strategies, we are going to observe that, okay? So for that, first we'll try, as a cloud engineer, we'll try to observe all the services first. First we'll try to observe basic architecture strategy. Once you understand the strategy, on top of that, how to utilize all the services, we'll try to observe. This is related to Azure. Similar way, so one more service in the AWS Bedrock, right? Similar service you can say, right? So Amazon also providing Bedrock, right? So these two services we are going to observe that, right? And also just see, now one more important point for cloud as well as DevSecOps engineer, one more important point, let us see. Now here we are saying OpenAI, whatever solution is there, backend they are using large language model. Generally we used to hear these terms, right? LLM models, large language models. So if you observe 4 years back or 5 years back, we used to maintain some servers or web apps or something. But now, suppose if any organization, they are trying to set up their own AI solutions, they need to manage this LLM models also. So how you are going to host as well as manage these LLM models, we are going to observe that, okay? So just see, these are all different LLM models you can see. These are all community or different companies related models. But instead of that, so how you are going to manage your own models with the help of our Kubernetes. We'll try to observe that. As of now, just ignore all these points. This is just roadmap only. We'll try to observe one by one, step by step process we are going to discuss. Okay. Now, next. So now let us come back to DevSecOps. So terminology also. DevSecOps let us discuss. Okay. So till now we discussed a few points, right? So how you are going to deliver your application, and also AI related points, how we are going to cover our topics here we discussed, right? Now let us see next steps. So next important term is DevSecOps. Okay, so just see here there is an application. So first they have some idea. Uber, let us say Uber. Okay, one of the company called Uber. Okay, so developer to end user, right? These are all different stages you can see. Okay, just now here we referred, right? So different stages, developer to end user, all the stages, how you are going to provide security. Let us, as of now, let us discuss very simple way. Let me create one more picture. Let me create, one second please. Just give me a minute, please. Okay, let me create one simple picture. Developers, end users. Okay, also you can classify two sections as well, right? Development team and operations team. Okay, so here developers, they are trying to develop the code. Developer, they are trying to develop the code. Operation team, they will try to enable this application with end users. Right. Now we are discussing about security as well. So let us refer one of the terminology, one of the important point. Let us refer. So just we used to book cabs, right? Uber as well as some, let us say Ola, let us say Uber as well as Ola. So whenever you are trying to book your Uber, we didn't face any issue. Just imagine, right? We used to book Uber cabs without any issues. But whenever you're trying to book Ola cabs, sometimes it is showing some tracking errors and other things. So next time onwards, always you used to prefer only Uber, because you got some confidence related to this application. Now let us come back to this application backend, right? So here different teams are there, right? So based on this team's best practices, you can say developer best practices related confidence, right? Developer, right? As well as operation team, right? Imagine if developers are following best practices, then we can build this department related confidence, right? And similar way, operation team best practices, right? So to achieve all this, to achieve confidence or product confidence, so how we are going to follow security best practices? So we'll try to observe our entire classes. So here we highlighted different parameters. These are all things we are going to observe that. So with the help of DevSecOps strategies, we are going to observe like observability, feedback management, and traceability. Whatever issues are there, all the stages, how to find out, right? Just now we discussed one of the term called confidence, right? End of the day, users should access this application without any issues. If they face, they are facing any issues, immediately they may switch to some other platform, right? So for that, how to build confidence and all these areas. So we'll try to observe with the help of our DevSecOps strategies. Okay. So these are all things we are going to observe, and apart from that, let us see of other trends also. Nowadays we are seeing low code, no code platforms, right? These are all different platforms you can see. Just imagine if you are trying to set up any business, new business, no need to develop your own code, right? Instead of that, just you can start using ready-made platforms. So if you observe our platform, so ITS code also we developed one of the platform. So here this is one of the platform. So whatever business it is, so they can onboard their business so within minutes, right? Even supply chain organizations as well, right? So these type of like innovations are coming. But as a cloud engineer, as a DevSecOps engineer, what is our role in this area, right? So we will try to observe that, okay? In these areas also we'll try to observe. And one more important thing, Jesse, smart devices. We are observing so many smart devices now, okay? So let us refer these devices, okay? Smart device like a IoT based, yesterday also we discussed, right? Vacuum cleaner, IoT based vacuum cleaner, right? And these are all vacuum cleaners. And also just see, okay, let me open any one, right? Vacuum cleaner, at the same time water purifier, IoT based. Or smart, you can say smart water purifier. Live pure, example, let's see. Okay, this concept is recharge based water purifier. Let us see that. Let's see. So initially people used to host their application data centers. Let us see these type of data centers. You can see these are all data center. You can see data center. People used to host their application these type of data centers. After that they started hosting applications in the cloud. Okay, we'll try to discuss what is cloud also, but as of now just see this scenario, right? After that people started using hosting their applications cloud as well. Okay, okay. Now if you observe these devices, right, public domain, right, these are all devices we are placing in public domain itself. But here just see, if you observe these two areas, data center team will take care of that security, and at the same time cloud vendor will take care of that, whether it is like Azure, AWS, Google and so on. But now we are saying IoT or edge devices. So here security is a very important thing. And also just see why we need to go for edge computing as well, right? So why we need to go for edge computing also we need to discuss. So let us see that part also. Let me show you this. Let me just give me, okay. So just see here. So this is one of the application. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so here this is a cloud. Let us say we need one server. Okay, so we need one server. So here we need one server. So we are trying to access our servers through cloud, and here computing process will be happened at cloud level, right? Cloud where. But these type of devices, but here just see your request should travel some distance to perform your computing process, right? And but now we are saying our devices are public facing, right? So here computing process will be happened at device level itself, computing. So we'll try to discuss more details related to this topic, but as of now let us see that, right? But things will be stored in the cloud itself, right? So here by using edge computing, all these things, we can achieve performance, we can accelerate performance, right? So that's why, so we two things here, one is security, other one is performance. How you are going to achieve these devices, edge computing, just see this different solutions, you can see that. Okay, these are all things you can see that. Okay, so smart car, smart agriculture, and a small solar system, so many things, right? Everywhere they started using, even we are calling smart house, right? Smart city, so many things we are calling. So here, what is our role we are going to discuss, right? Cloud engineer as well as a DevSecOps engineer. What is our role we are going to discuss? Also, we'll try to implement that as well. Okay. So here we have observed different things, right? As a cloud engineer, as a DevSecOps engineer, different areas we are observing. Okay. So, but how to adapt all these things, we'll try to observe that. Okay. So till now, if you have any questions, first let us address any questions, please. Okay. Now, so next steps, let us see. Okay. Now, so now here we discussed a few important points, right? Now let us come back to very basic point first, right? So very basic point, let us discuss. From there, let us start our journey. Okay. Let me show you this. Okay. So here I'm trying to access one of the application. So here I'm trying to access one of the application, some ICSA or whatever it is, right? So here I'm trying to access one of the application called IRCTC, www.irctc.in, co.in. This is the website. Okay. Okay. IRCTC co.in. Example, here they mentioned IRCTC co.in. Okay. IRCTC co.in. Now, so now let us observe the structure. So whenever you're trying to access any application, first let us observe different layers here. Okay. So first there is a layer called web layer, and after that app layer and DB layer. Web layer, app layer and DB layer. These are all different layers, you can see that. Now, one of the user, he is trying to book some ticket, right? First request will be redirected to web layer. Web layer always it is trying to accept the request, right? After that, this user is trying to book some ticket. So here he need to enter details. This is the business logic, you can say, source, destination and so on. Once he enter details, business logic will be processed at app layer here. So whatever business logic is there, right, processed at app layer. So once they complete this ticket booking, transaction will be stored in database, right? Now, so this architecture, you can say three-tier architecture. Okay, three-tier architecture, you can see that. Okay. Now, so here different components also let us identify. Web servers, you can call web servers. Example, Nginx, IAS and so on. Example, let's say. Similar way, applications, right? Applications, example, let us say Java, .NET, Python, etc. Right? Similar way, databases. So here these are all app servers, okay, as well as DB servers, database servers, SQL, Oracle, right, and so on. Okay. So this is the basic structure. First we'll try to observe three-tier architecture. Once you understand this structure, later we'll try to observe other scenarios also. So our cloud classes, first we'll try to start with our three-tier architecture. So once you understand the scenarios, so here this is the logic, you can say, right? So whenever users are trying to access, first request will be redirected to web layer. Web layer always accept the request from internet, and from there business logic will be processed at the app layer, and transactions will be stored here. Okay, this is the three-tier architecture. You can see that. Okay, now let us see other scenarios also. Okay, so till now we observed these scenarios, right? First, let us discuss about what is cloud. So why we need to go for cloud? Let us discuss that. Okay, so if you have any questions also, you can send Zoom chat message, or you can ping, you can ask also here. Sorry, just give me a moment, please. Now let us discuss about why we need to go for cloud. First, let us discuss about why we need to go for cloud. Let us see that. Okay. So one of the company, they are starting new business. So you see, they are trying to start new business. Example, right? So one of the new company. Okay. Example, let us say a new company. Let us see some Rapido or any other company. Let us say Rapido. They're planning to start new business, right? So, or let us see Zepto. Let us see Zepto or Blinkit. Zepto. Okay, so this is a new company, right? Now forget about cloud automation, all these things. First, let us understand basic requirements, right? So basic structure, let us see that. So we are planning to set up our applications data center, our own data center we are trying to set up. This is a data center. Just see, forget about cloud first, right? So here you can see that this is the data center. So first we are trying to understand functionality. Whoever users are there, first they will try to visit this website. So once it is done, this is a catalog, you can see, right? These are all catalogs, fruits as well as dairy, meat, right? These are all different products, you can see. So within this catalog you can see these are all products, and once it is done, just do add to cart. So once you add to cart, then checkout process, right? So this is the functionality, right? Your application functionality, checkout, and after the tracking, let us list out the services. First one is catalog service, second one is payment service, sorry, add to cart, payment service, and other services, example tracking service. Tracking service we need. Okay. Tracking service, and also some XYZ services, like we need some file servers to store your files, as well as database servers, right? Different servers we need. So these are all minimum requirement to set up our application. Just imagine, sample scenario only, just imagine. Now, so first we need to find out one space, right? So initial stage. So just see, and here this is the location, example Hyderabad. Okay, so this type of data center we need to set up. Okay, this type of data center we need to set up. So before starting any business, first we need to observe two things. One is capex, other one is opex. Capital expenditure as well as operational expenditure. How much amount you are going to spend to set up this environment, right? So because we need to purchase the servers, softwares, and so many things, right? So how much amount you are going to spend? This is a capital expenditure. Second one is operational expenditure. Once you set up this environment, how much amount you need to manage this environment? Second one is opex, right? Operational expenditure. Now we are trying to set up our servers, right? These are all servers we already purchased, and now we are trying to set up the servers. Just see catalog server, example, just see catalog server, add to cart server, payment server, right? And also let's see tracking servers, and so on, DB and file servers, and so on. These are all different servers, you can see that. Now our users, Rapido users or Zepto users, they are trying to access this application, Zepto. Zepto users, they started purchasing or they started accessing this application. Okay, users, you can see that. Okay, now, so next one. So after some point of time, our Zepto users, they are reporting that there is an issue with tracking. Whenever they are trying to place an order, they are not able to track their orders because this is the server, you see, tracking service. There is an issue with tracking server, right? That's why they are not able to track their orders. If anything goes wrong, as of now, we don't have any alternative solution. Okay, so that's why they are getting some downtime, right? So if anything goes wrong, we need alternative solution also. Currently we are missing high availability, right? High availability, right? This is the one point we can see that. Now data center team, and they observe this issue and they resolved, but till that time, so users are facing some downtime. Okay, second one, you see, after 1 year, so users, this entire data center goes down, went down like due to some issues like flood or cyclone. Just imagine this entire data center went down, right? Now our users, our Zepto users, so they're not able to access entire services, right? So the second one, you see, this entire data center went down. Okay, now business team, they decided to set up one more environment, because if anything goes wrong at Hyderabad location, right, so our users, they're not able to access. So here they decided to set up one more environment. Okay, so one more environment they decided to set up. One more location like Pune, let us say. They are planning to set up Pune location. Pune, same environment, HC. So here again they need to purchase same servers, Pune location as well. Just we are trying to replicate whatever things are there in the Hyderabad, same things we are trying to replicate with Pune location also. Okay, just think about capex as well as opex, capital expenditure as well as operational expenditure. Again you need to purchase servers under capex, it comes under capex. So once you set up this, all these things, someone should manage that, technical team and admin and so on. Again we are spending operational expenditure also, right? So here you can see, right, this scenario we can call disaster recovery, right? If anything goes wrong, we need to work from other location, right? You can call disaster recovery, or you can say DR as well. One more term, business continuity process also, BCP, business continuity process. Okay, but if you are trying to set up this scenario, we need to spend more time, more money as well as time also we need, right? Now users, they started accessing our application. Just see, this time they are trying to access our application, right? So just see, here they are trying to type zepto.com example. Okay, zepto.com, request will be related to, this time here we are going to place one of the load balancer. So here we're going to place one of the load balancer. From this load balancer we'll try to distribute the traffic with multiple regions, right? So just see, Zepto, this is the load balancer. Let us see now what is load balancer also, very simple way, let us discuss. Okay, so this is the load balancer. Now users, they are trying to access this website zepto.com. so once it is done, request will be related to load balancer. From this load balancer we'll try to distribute the traffic with multiple regions. So just see, here this is the user, he is the user. Just see, whenever he is trying to access, always request should be redirected to Hyderabad region. If Hyderabad region goes down, and request should be redirected to Pune region, right? So, okay, request should be redirected to Pune region. Okay, so in this way we can set up that. But just see here, and again one more thing. So here you need to purchase the device, load balancing device. So we already purchased servers and other things, right? Now you need to purchase again servers as load balancer. Let us see that load balancer device. Okay, so you see these type of devices you need to purchase. Okay, so here you need to purchase device. This is a load balancer, you can see. That is the one thing. Second one is someone should manage this load balancer also. Okay, again we need OPEX, operational expenditure, right? So here you can see some challenges related to load balancing, load balancer, right? Load balancing. At the same time, so yesterday we referred few use cases to see these type of scenarios, right? So if you are trying to deliver your application across the globe, here two things you can see. So whatever application you're building, so first we need to understand whether it is regional or global. So based on that, load balancing strategies will be defined, right? So these are all things we need to consider that. Okay, now so here we observe load balancing. So next let us see storage also. Just see here, whoever users are there, Hyderabad, right? So or whatever service data is there, so here they are trying to store the data some satellite device, storage device, let us call one of the storage device. Hyderabad data is trying to store here, let us call some device called sandbox, storage area network, SAN device. Okay, just see these type of boxes you need to purchase. Just for as of now we are not discussing about cloud, just we are discussing traditional IT environment. Okay, so these are storage box. This is one of the storage box you can see. Okay, and whatever data is there, we are trying to store it here. Similar way, Pune also we need same thing. Okay, Pune also we need same thing. So whatever data is there, we are trying to store it here, right? So here you can see that. Now, but as an organization, we need to maintain unique data, right? So you see here you need to enable replication between these two, right? And again, just see here we need to observe these two. Always you need to refer these two terminologies. Whatever solution you are providing, so we need to refer these two terminologies, right? We need CapEx as well as OPEX, because first you need to purchase the devices, sandboxes or NAS boxes, you can say simply storage boxes, and after that someone should manage these devices, you can say storage admins, right? And also just see, I would like to replicate this data across the globe also. Just see, if you are maintaining across the regions, across the globe, multiple regions, multiple locations, you need to replicate this data also. It means you need to purchase multiple devices, and you need to work on this administrative tasks also. How you are going to replicate the data, as well as how you are going to manage this data, right? So storage related. Okay, storage. Okay, one more important thing, let's see security as well. So previously we discussed, somewhere we referred, right? So here we referred security also. Just see these points we discussed, these are all different parties we discussed. Similar way, just see, so here two things we need to observe. One is internal security or internal hacking. Second one is within the organization, how you are going to provide best practices, security best practices within the organization. Similar way, so whoever users they are trying to access, how to protect your environment from users also, right? So here just see Zepto customers, right? Zepto sellers, nothing but these are all different sellers. Okay, sellers, sorry, somewhere picture is there, right? Zepto sellers, and also Zepto IT team, admin team, okay, and also delivery boys. For all these persons we should provide right access, okay, right access you can see. And also just see one more scenario you need to observe. Just imagine you are working with one of the organization, okay, let me show you one of the organization. So here just see around 10,000 employees are there, or 5,000 employees, 10,000 employees are there. So here there is a dedicated admin team, or whoever is managing user team, right, AD team or admin team is there. They will take care of that. They used to create a username and password whenever he is joining, right. So based on that, based on their rights, they can start accessing some resources. So whenever this person is joining, just say this person is development, so they will provide some access, similar where you testing or whatever it is. Simply you can say there is a team, they will take care of this user management. Now just see Zepto, just imagine, or Flipkart, Amazon. So we don't know how many users they are going to purchase our products, right? And also here the count is lakhs of users. It's very difficult to manage users also here. We need simplified solution, right? So we should not create for each user username and password. Instead of that, we can allow these users to, they should use their own IDs, like their own social IDs, Gmail, Facebook, right? Gmail, Facebook, whatever it is, right? But how you are going to secure whenever they are trying to use this personal accounts, right? So we need to allow them to access with their own social IDs. At the same time, how you are going to secure these strategies also we need to discuss. But just forget about as of now. Just see, as of now we have some limitations because we are discussing only traditional IT environment, right? So why we are discussing this point, just we are referring this user different layers management, customers, sellers, IT and delivery, right? Now so these are all about how you are going to protect your internal environment, okay? At the same time, how you are going to secure your environment from external users also, right? So for that we need to set up our own security servers, and again you need to purchase some servers and softwares, and someone should manage the servers, right? And after that, one more important thing to just see. So here just now we discussed, we don't know how many users are trying to access. We can't predict users count here, right? So if there is any festival, just see initially let us say average 5,000 users they are trying to purchase these products. Our server's capacity is around, let us say, 256 GB RAM. So let us say this is the demand 5,000 users, just see, okay, demand is 5,000 users, okay, capacity is 256. Just see this simple scenario, just see this is our desktop, right? So within this desktop, this is 8 GB RAM, right? For one user it is showing 80% users. Suppose if you onboard one more user, you may face some performance issues. Similar way, just see, for as of now 5,000 users they are trying to access. Our server's capacity as of now 256 GB, but due to the demand, more number of users they are trying to access this application, right? So just see, suddenly some 15,000 users they are trying to access. So here it is very difficult to accommodate resources. Ultimately you may get some performance issues, so you may get some timeout, right? So page timeout, different issues you may face, right? So for that, here two options you can see that, right? Two options. One option is you can add resources manually, whatever resources are there, so you can add manually. But if you are adding resources manually, it may take time. So just see, whoever users are there, if this application is not responding immediately, he may switch to some other platform like Blinkit or some other, right? So here facing scalability issues also, or simply you can say demand versus capacity issues. As per the demand, we need to provide resources or application resources as per the demand. Demand versus capacity issues. Okay, these are all issues are there. Okay, now, so and also we need feedback, whatever things are happening in this environment. So we need to capture all these issues and we can redirect these issues with correct teams. We need monitoring. Just see here, we are managing our own environment. This is a traditional IT data center environment, this type of environment. Just see, so we are managing our own environment. Now just see, just think about business owner point of view, right? Just see, think about business owner point of view. Let me close some of this. Now this is a business owner, Zepto business owner. As a business owner, core responsibility is how to sell these products. That is the core responsibility as a business owner. But as of now, he need to focus more into IT as well, because if anything goes wrong, end of the day, it's very difficult to serve this application, right? It's very difficult to access this application. So they need to focus. Business owner means their team, you can say that. Okay, they need to focus more into IT teams, their own IT teams. Okay, right? So to address this issue, right, so we can hand over all these responsibilities. Just see, but Zepto owner, he need to focus core responsibility, but instead of that, he is focusing more into IT team. Now we would like to hand over this responsibility with some other parties, right? Third party, let us say third parties, third party companies like Azure, AWS and Google. Okay, AWS, Google. Now business owner, he can focus more into his core responsibilities, core area, you can say. But the challenge is here, just try to observe challenges also. So here we know how to manage our environment, right? This is our environment. We know how to manage our environment in terms of security, all these things. But how to trust these third party persons? Because our data is very sensitive. Just imagine if it is a banking sensitive information. Just see, this data is very sensitive, but how to observe observe these scenarios, like just let me give it. So first we need to understand this vendor's architecture. So first we'll try to focus Azure architecture, how they are trying to manage their own environment. At the same time, AWS cloud architecture. So we will try to observe these two areas. So once we understand this architecture, how they are managing, later we can decide whether we can move this application from on-premises to cloud or not, right? For that, first we try to observe some basic patterns, right? Next class, let us see that, right? Let us try to observe so how cloud vendors are managing basic principles. Let us observe that. So once it is done, later we'll see other scenarios. These are all our expectations to see. Just now we listed some points here. We need high availability, disaster recovery, load balancing, storage, security, and also scalability, monitoring, and so on. So many things are there. Here I listed only few things as of now, right? So first we need to understand whether we can move our business to cloud or not. First let us decide that. Later we'll see other scenarios. Once we understand the scenarios, later we'll see other concepts, whatever concepts are there, right? We'll see that later. And just see, tomorrow and day after tomorrow also 8 AM classes are there. 8 AM, they are all common classes. So once it is done, so as per the schedule, here we mentioned schedule, right? We'll try to follow that schedule. After 2 classes, we are going to follow the schedule. But tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we can join at 8 a.m. IST, right? So later we'll move, we'll split into the modules, different modules we can discuss. Okay, so till now if you have any questions, let us discuss. And also one more thing, we are doing one-to-one session as well. You see, mentorship. So who are joining initially, so we are trying to set a personal roadmap for each and every person. Please try to book these sessions. This is the agenda you can see. First we would like to understand your skill set and background. Based on that we'll try to understand your existing skills, and also if you are a working person, first we'll try to understand your existing profile also. Based on that we'll try to set up personal roadmap also, right? So whoever not yet booked, please try to book this, and we'll see next scenarios also. Any other questions, please? Okay, so please go through the session. We will try to upload the course here within this portal. We'll try to upload. Please try to access it. If you have any questions, please reach us. Okay, thank you all. Thank you. Let us meet tomorrow at 8 a.m. IST. Thank you all.